Your remote job is making you fat. Straight to the point, there's no easy way to say this. Your remote job, where you're stacking all this bread, you're making all this money, you're the man at the workplace. But at home, when you look in the mirror, you know the truth. You know that you're not living up to standard. You know that you haven't been putting in the work. And your remote job is making you fat, but it's not the main reason, right? In this video, I'm gonna talk about how the remote job is making you fat. If you don't know who I am, my name is King Dragon. I run Ripped and Remote, and I've been fasting for the last 8 years. In this video series, this is alternate day fasting day 10, where I'm documenting a live experiment where I've gotten fat on purpose, and I'm doing alternate day fasting for 16 weeks, and I'm documenting it live so you guys can see what it looks like, live accountability, and how we are gonna go from fat to ripped, all right? Now, the main reason why your remote job is making you fat is the zero movement incentive, right? You are sitting at the desk 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You're not getting any movement. Any type of movement is gonna be forced. You're gonna have to actually get out of your comfort zone, but why? You've made your office so comfortable. Comfortable chair, air conditioned. You have everything set up the way you like it. You got snacks in the corner, right? You've cultivated an environment so that you're able to bust out those 8, 9, 10-hour days. And I know that you're doing it because anyone that's working remote in the year 2026 and beyond is on that upper echelon, right? All those lazy people, they got sent home. The COVID boom is over, so unless you're actually at the office doing real work, you ain't working remote. You're probably hopping on a bunch of video calls, and either your camera is off because you've gotten so fat over the years, you don't want to show your coworkers your face, you don't want to deal with that embarrassment because you're locking yourself in the office, long hour days, weeks at a time, you're door dashing, right? The clothes in the closet, they're gathering dust because you either can't fit them anymore, or it reminds you of the weight you used to be at and you can't deal with the embarrassment. So you just go on Amazon, you order new clothes. When you walk around, you're sucking in your gut, you're sucking in your stomach, so no one else can see how fat you've gotten over the years. We know this. I deal with this problem every single day from remote workers just like you that are struggling. Every single day they look in the mirror, it's almost an embarrassment because they're like, how is everything in my life in order? I'm the man at work. I'm showing up as a father, I'm showing up as a husband, but when it comes to physique, that's when you wanted to take your foot off the gas. That's when you wanted to get comfortable. Oh, you know, I'm making $250,000 a year. What does that mean? Does that mean you're willing to trade wealth for health? Right? Some people are so broke, all they have is money, right? Gotta remember that. You're standing up from your desk, you immediately adjust the waistband. Why? Because you ain't comfortable. This remote job is making you fat. And it's not because you work from home while you're getting fat, you've gotten too comfortable. Your life has gotten so easy, you forgot what it's like to be in the trenches. This is why you have to do alternate day fasting. You have to inject some type of discipline in your life. During your 1 hour lunch break, get up, do some exercise, go walking. When I was working hybrid and I had to go in the office, right, I hated. I only lasted about 2 weeks where I said, either I work remote or I'm going home, right? I was hitting my workouts as soon as I got back from work, right? No excuses, wasn't missing my push-ups, my rows, my lunges, my crunches, my leg raises, pull-ups, dips, all of that consistently. Every single day I got off work, even if I was fasting. Again, the fasting routines I was doing, I don't recommend. I would be doing crazy workouts, 60 hours fasted. It was nuts, it was crazy. However, when I would take my 1 hour break and I would chill in my car, I would see one of my coworkers consistently walk for that 1 hour lunch break period. That's what you have to do. You have to be consistent with walking. Get your 15,000 steps a day. Don't make excuses. You can do it. Get your 10 to 15 to 20,000 steps a day. Make that a goal, a day, and say, no matter what, I am going to hit this number. What is the alternative if you don't? What is the alternative if you continue to stay comfortable? You're going to stack up all this money, but what happens 10, 20 years from now? Heart failure, stroke, diabetes because you're eating all the snacks, and then they have to chop your foot off. Is it worth it? What use is all that money when you're missing a leg or a foot? Or even worse, if you unalive, then what? You can't take all that money with you. So you have to think about the situation that you're putting yourself in. You are sacrificing time for money when you know that is a stupid trade. You know it. You know time for money is the dumbest trade that you can make, right? I had my air conditioner go out a few months ago, right? And I had a family member say, "Oh man, just get up there and work on it yourself." And I'm looking at him like, why am I going to do that? The same time I'm going to spend getting the tools, going on YouTube to do the tutorial, messing with stuff that I don't mess with. Like me, my zone of genius is technology, right? Could I figure it out? Absolutely. Am I going to waste the time when I can use that same time to make even more money and then pay someone to do the work while I continue to make money? I'm never going to trade time for money. That's dumb. I'm never going to trade time for money, but that's what you're doing every time you keep snacking, every time you break the fast early. Because all you're doing is you're delaying the inevitable, you're just pushing it back a couple years. The number one killer in America is heart-related diseases. Then let's not even talk about cancer, and then let's not talk about the mental prison you're putting yourself in by being so fat, you're just walking around with a sucked-in gut everywhere you go. No clothes are fitting. Buttons are bursting because you've gotten so fat. Does that make sense? Is that the life that you want to live? The remote job is making you fat. Not the job itself. Not the job. Not the job. The environment that the remote job has put you in is making you fat. You are waking up, some of you, right, are waking up. You roll right out of bed. You're in your boxers. You log into work and you start the day. You're not even setting yourself up properly, right? You're wearing sweatpants the entire day. Get up, make the effort, put on your work clothes, and show up to work properly. Not saying you can't do whatever, because you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. Why do I say that, right? When I put on a certain clothes, when I put on a certain set of clothes, and when I'm in certain environments, that dictates what I'm going to do. When I'm wearing my workout clothes, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to be working out. But if you are clocking in to the remote job in your boxers, you're setting that tone that you're just going to be lazy for the whole day. That's the eating chips. That's the belly that's growing. That's the becoming a fat boy. Going from skinny fat to fat to majorly overweight to obese. Then you get to the point of no return. Then you end up on 600-pound life or unalived. That is the progression. It only ends one way. Or you stay in this silly plateau, stagnation. You can't go to the pool. You can't go to the beach. You have to think, oh man, am I looking fat from this angle? And the funny thing about that, no one else is thinking that. Only you. Only you are concerned about how you're coming across to other people when everyone else is enjoying the beach. It's summertime. Everyone else is enjoying the beach, living life. You're in a prison. All because You got too comfortable. That salary is getting high, but that belly is getting softer. This is day 10. This is not the sexiest routine that people are going to follow. But at the end of the day, I know that's what works. I know that's what keeps me consistent. I know that that's what's going to keep me posting these videos. And I'm going to show up day after day after day. Because at the end of the day, you can be in two camps. You can be in the camp of the people that gets results, or you can be in the camp of the people that make excuses, they stay in the mental prison, and that belly just expands. So now you're just a fat boy, right? And then, you know what's so funny? Kids are the most honest beings on the planet. We tell children, no, you can't call a fatty fat because that's disrespectful. When all the kid is doing is just observing what he does in the world. That's what breeds a lot of liars, right? You can't say certain things because it's gonna hurt a grown adult's feelings because they were too lazy to get on the proper plan. They were too lazy to get on the proper routine. But the 5-year-old that can see with their own eyes that, hey, you're fat. Everyone else can see, but we can't say it because, oh no, that's disrespectful. No, don't tell them. See, we live in a world where everyone wants you to be fake. If I say, you are a fat boy, you need to get ripped, people get mad. Why? Everyone else can see everyone else's physique. Now, are they completely trained on it when you are a fat boy and that's all you think about because you're looking in the mirror and you see that constant reminder? No. But they have eyes. They have eyes. But people want to lie. I'm going to be the one that's going to tell you the truth. You've gotten too fat. The remote job is making you fat. But there's a solution. That solution is that alternate day fasting for 12 to 16 weeks. That solution is that consistent workout. That solution is the consistent diet. That solution is not making excuses. The solution is getting on a plan that you can stick to longer than all of your coworkers. So when you do go into the office, if you are hybrid, they're gonna be like, damn, what's he on? Did he hop on Ozempic? Is he taking peptides? Is it steroids? What is it? Or when they see you on that Zoom meeting and you turn your camera on and you're ripped, they're gonna be like, yo, what is Buddy on? He wasn't like this a few months ago. Exactly. Because you decided to make the change and you're gonna get the result. But you're never gonna get to these benefits until you get consistent. So hopefully you guys internalize, you guys relate to being a remote worker and not being in the ideal shape. If you're sick and tired of being a fat boy and you wanna get ripped, you wanna get in the best shape of your life, click the link in the description. I'm on day 10. I am on day 10 and you're likely on day 0, right? Because most people, 99% of the people that watch fitness content, unfortunately, do not take action. Be the top 1% that actually takes action. I'm not even saying we're gonna be a good fit to work together, because I don't know. You could be extremely lazy, uncoachable, and then we wouldn't work. But if you know that I'm the man at work, and all I need is the plan that's designed for me to get ripped, all you gotta do is click the link in the description, right? All you gotta do is click a link. Some people won't do that. Again, if you can't click a link in the description, you wanna stay fat forever. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it, right? It's either that or they're scared of changing their life. They want to continue to be fat. They want to continue to have their cameras off during the Zoom calls. They want to continue to tell their children, don't call me fat, right? Even though the belly is bigger than 3 planets. They want to make excuses. They want to stay in that comfort, and they want to have all of these negative outcomes as I discussed earlier. The diabetes, the cancer, 600-pound life, all that, it's all on the same path. All of that is on the same path. So if that's what you want to do, that's on you. But again, I'm going to be here day after day, logging this fasting journey, showing you guys exactly how to do it. This is day 10. If you want to see some of the other videos in the fasting playlist, I'll put it in a card or somewhere on the screen here. I'm getting back into YouTube, so I got to figure out how all this stuff works. But hopefully you understand the message of this video, you take it to heart, and you actually make the changes to turn that high salary into a ripped physique instead of a fat boy belly that's living in a mental prison that can't even take his shirt off during summertime. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.